August 6th, World Hiroshima Day. This day is a reminder of the bombing attack on Hiroshima by the United States during the Second World War. Hiroshima Day is observed on August 6th every year. It aims to promote peace politics against the war. On August 6, 1945, at 8:15 a.m., the crew of the bomber Enola Gay dropped the first wartime atomic bomb called Little Boy over Hiroshima. 3 days after the destruction of Hiroshima, another American bomber dropped another atom bomb named Fat Man over Nagasaki. 140,000 people in Hiroshima and 70,000 people in Nagasaki died in 1945. But how many died immediately as a result of exposure to the blast, heat, or due to radiation is unknown. By the end of 1945, injuries and radiation sickness had raised the death toll to more than 1 million. Tricycle belonging to 3 years and 11 months old Shinichi Tetsutani, who was riding outside of his house in Hiroshima when the atomic bomb was detonated over the city on August 6, 1945. The clock that stopped in the bombing of Hiroshima in 1945. Japanese boy standing in attention just like a militant after having brought his dead younger brother to a cremation pyre. Sadako Sasaki was a Japanese girl who became a victim of the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki when she was just 2 years old. Though severely irradiated, she survived for another 10 years. Although Sadako knew she would not survive, she managed to fold only 644 grains before she became too restless to fold anymore and died on the morning of October 25, 1955. Knowing her family will always be there, her friends and family helped her finish her day by folding the rest of the grains, which were buried with Sadako. Genbaku-do was the only structure left standing in the area where the first atomic bomb exploded on August 6, 1945. This day reminds us of what man has done to man and to the earth in just a single atomic bomb, which led to thousands of death, hunger, poverty, thirst, shortage of medicines, and totally a disaster situation which took many years to recover. The world is in the hands of man. Let there be no more Hiroshimas. On this day, August 6th, we remember a city in Japan, Hiroshima. The suffering, the poverty, the hunger, the thirst, the crisis they went through. This is the poem about Hiroshima that first appeared in 1988. Oh Hiroshima, you once prospered as a military city. But since the day atomic bomb was dropped, for decades you have been said to be sterile. Today, however, you are the most bustling city in the Sani area. Graced with white oleanders, oh Hiroshima. You have stood up like an immortal phoenix as a starting point of eternal peace for Japan and for the world. August 6, 1945, a day engraved forever in the annals of human history. With mushroom clouds of doom, the blast over the city knocked him flat in an instant, striking out nearly 200,000 precious lives. Although some citizens narrowly escaped, death and then came through hell. There were endless mountains and rivers of suffering in their way. The fallout chewed away at their bodies, binding them up, making it hard to get work. You can now see a ray of light in the darkness of the confused history of the 20th century, in which, after the Second World War, man found himself on a senseless course. Nuclear umbrellas, nuclear deterrence, limited nuclear wars. And the Star Wars program. August 6th comes around every year. The Peace Memorial Park bustles with people, but I know very well how early in the morning, at dawn, or in the evening, after the others leave, many come here every day, alone and unnoticed, with a prayer for their deceased mothers, their deceased fathers, their deceased brothers and sisters, or their deceased children. My friends of Hiroshima, my irreplaceable friends with a profound mission, envelop your home of the rainbow of peace, your beloved heaven, Hiroshima, in the triumphant singing voice of true human victory, forever and ever, with my deepest prayer.